Leaving Certificate French 2021. The Leaving Certificate French paper this year will be made up of 3 sections. Section 1 Reading, Section 2 Writing and Section 3 Listening. The adjustments for 2021 are as follows. There will be no change to the listening comprehension test, and this will take place after the reading comprehensions and the written sections. In Section A, Reading Comprehensions, instead of answering 2 reading comprehensions, you are obliged to only answer 1 reading comprehension this year. In Section B, the written section, candidates will be required to answer 2 questions. Question 1 will be compulsory, where you have 3 options, A, B or C, and you must answer 1 other question from questions 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Question 1, the first opinion piece, will be marked out of 40 marks, and the second opinion piece will be marked out of 30 marks. Please remember that in Section 1 you are answering 1 reading comprehension, and Section B you are answering 2 written pieces, first one worth 40 marks and the second one worth 30 marks. A top tip from this year is to answer both reading comprehensions. You will have more than enough time in the exam, so answer 1 reading comprehension, then answer the other, and whichever you score most marks in will be counted towards your final grade. The layout of this year's exam is as follows. The reading comprehension will be worth 60 marks, and then there will be 2 written questions, 1 worth 40 marks and 1 worth 30 marks. The oral has not been confirmed in terms of marks. However, the relative weighting between the other components and the written paper will be retained. So don't worry about this and just do your best in the listening section. In this year's paper, spend about 30 minutes on the first reading comprehension. Then spend 30 minutes on your first written piece. Spend 30 minutes on your second written piece. This amounts to 1 hour and 30 minutes. However, you'll still have 1 more hour left. So take your time and use this extra hour to answer a second reading comprehension and to go over the written section. Important information in relation to online marking, which has come from the State Examinations Commission this year. Candidates should complete their responses in black or blue pen, and gel pens should not be used. Please avoid using Tipp-Ex or correction fluid. Where a candidate makes an error, they should just cross out the error and continue with their work. Candidates should also complete their responses using the spaces provided on the examination paper or in the answer booklet as appropriate to the subject. Anything outside of the areas or in the margins may not be seen by the examiner. Reading comprehensions. They're worth 60 marks this year. Spend about 30 minutes on them. The approach you should take to reading comprehensions is as follows. Read question 6 first. This is asked in English and it might give you some important information in relation to the theme or the topic of the reading comprehension. Then read the subtitle if there is one. Answer all questions, even if you're unsure. Highlight the question words to help you understand exactly what you are looking for. Make sure that you answer the French questions in French and answer the English questions in English. Revise key question words and key grammatical terms before the exam so that you understand the questions you are being asked. Here is an example of some of the key question words that you may be asked. I advise you to take a screenshot of this and go back over the vocabulary so that you understand the questions that you are being asked in the paper. For your opinion pieces, try and structure them as follows. Have an introduction that is 2 to 3 sentences long. Give 2 to 3 detailed points, 1 possible solution if you need to give a solution, and ensure that you have a conclusion that's 2 to 3 sentences and refers back to the question being asked. You must use link words and use expressions where possible. Think about it like this. When you're preparing yourself to write an opinion piece, list out any opinion piece vocabulary you can think of. Make a list of tenses that you know you can use in your written piece. List out topic-specific vocabulary in relation to the topic you're talking about. Make a plan. This is 100% advised. Do it in English or in French, whatever is easy for you. write your opinion piece, and then step 6, go back and edit it. Here's an example of some of the opinion piece vocabulary you may use. However, you probably have your own list that you can go through. These are some of the tenses and some of the grammatical points that you may like to make in your opinion pieces. You could use this list as a possible checklist when you're writing your opinion piece, but don't get too bogged down in the grammar. Just try and be as natural as possible and to use natural French phrases that you have learned off by heart. Here's some predictions for this year's Leaving Certificate. Take a moment to read through each topic and have a look at the subheadings to see, do you have some vocab that you could use in order to talk about these topics. So remember, with your opinion piece, be clear and concise with your points. Avoid vagueness or ambiguity. Focus. Keep asking yourself the question and stick to answering it. No waffle. Avoid irrelevant material. Keep reading the question and stick to answering the question. And be ready. Make sure that you have lots of different topics prepared, lots of different vocabulary prepared. So finally, for this year's paper, remember, reading is worth 60 marks. You must answer 1 reading comprehension. You must write 2 written pieces. One will be worth 40 marks and the other will be worth 30. Your oral will take place after the reading and writing exam and will take about 40 minutes. If you spend 30 minutes on each section, this allows you an hour to go back and answer another reading comprehension or to maybe write another written piece, but definitely to go back over your written pieces and check that you have them correct. Remember, with your opinion pieces, try making a list of your opinion piece vocabulary, make a list of tenses, make a list of topic-specific vocabulary. Then make a plan and spend your time writing. This year, you're at an advantage because you have plenty of time in the exam to do all of this. For more tips and support for your Leaving Cert, please follow us on social media on the following domains, and best of luck in your exam. Bonne chance et à bientôt.